Hi, and welcome to the Ontario Pesticide Vendor Certification course. In this video, we're going to be discussing transportation and storage of pesticides. This is from chapters 16 and 17 in the Vendor Certification Manual. My name's Steve Speller. One of the things to think about when it comes to transportation is that customers or farm customers do not need to be a certified farmer or a farmer assistant to pick up pesticides from the vendor and transport them for farm use. However, the certified farmer is responsible and should teach the driver how to transport the pesticides safely and legally. All pesticides must be secured in the vehicle. This means that they have to be strapped into place, not just sat in an open box of a pickup truck. For example, they must also be separate from other commodities such as food and drink, household furnishings, toiletries, clothing, and bedding. They must also not be stored in the passenger compartment of any vehicle. They must be separate. If the vehicle and pesticide is going to be unattended for any length of time, the pesticide must be locked in the vehicle, and if it's a class A, B, or C pesticide, you must post a chemical storage sign on the vehicle, as you see in the lower right. You cannot leave pesticides unattended in a pickup truck without the entire thing being lockable. It can't be an open box of a pickup truck. When it comes to transportation of dangerous goods, there is a federal act called the Transportation Dangerous Good Act. There are four main categories or classifications that involve farm chemicals. They could be Class 3 flammable liquids. They could be Class 6.1 toxic substances. They can be Class 8 corrosives, or they can be Class 9 miscellaneous products, substances, or organisms. And you can see these placards on the right side of the screen. Please keep any pesticides regulated as dangerous goods in their original packaging. This is to ensure the integrity of the packages when they're being transported. This is by no means a complete course on TDG. For more information, refer to your manual, your vendor's manual. Also on the Ontario Pesticide Education website's YouTube channel, there are some videos to help you with this. Next, we're going to discuss how to store pesticides safely and consider what types of features you would have built into pesticide storage. This chart helps us to understand what's necessary depending on the classification of pesticide. In all classes of pesticide, no contact with food or drink. We cannot store pesticides that may impair the health and safety of people or the environment. Pesticides must be stored in a clean and orderly manner. Warning signs must be posted on all storage doors, and emergency telephone numbers have to be posted with all classes of pesticides. If it is just a Class B or C product, that storage must be ventilated to the outside of the building. It must be locked or have limited access. There can be no floor drains. There must be safety equipment available, and the area used primarily for pesticides in the case of Class B. Here's some examples of some of the posted signs that are necessary. On the left, you'll see the emergency number list. So Spills Action Center, Ontario Poison Center, Canutex number in case of emergencies, as well as a contact person that is in charge of the storage area. As you can see to the right on those two pictures, the chemical storage warning signs are also on the door, as well as some other warnings about that particular storage. Again, depending on the classification of the pesticide and where it's stored, the photo on the left is quite legal way to store Class D pesticides, where they can be open to the public access. On the right-hand side, however, you'll see Class B or C products that are behind lock and key, not accessible to the general public. Although it seems very obvious, never store pesticides in a food or beverage container. If you have a spill and have to repackage a pesticide, make sure that it's in a container of like substance. So if it came out of a plastic jug, make sure it goes into a plastic jug. Or if it came out of a metal can, make sure it goes into a metal can. When you do a replacement with containers, make sure that the name of the pesticide, the concentration of the pesticide, and the PCP registration number is on that new container. When it comes to bulk storage guidelines, regular maintenance and inspection of the tanks, hoses, pumps, and dispensing equipment is vital. Dikes and retaining walls must be in good shape and sound. Liquid transfer systems prevent overflow. And a system to contain and dispose of tank washings is important to have established. Handling mini bulk or mini totes, certainly leak check, including connections when filling. Strapping down securely for transportation, and labeling, current labeling that's legible, including the volume that is in the container, are important to have. In Canada, Agrochemical Warehousing Standard Association's goal is to eliminate incidents and minimize risk. Through construction and structures that have been built, employee training, and documentation, we were able to handle agricultural pesticides in a very safe manner in Canada. Thank you.